Hi everyone, this is Heather. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I've got a card tutorial for you. I'm going to make this spooky shaker card with eyeballs inside. So I came across these really great googly eyes at my local Dollar Tree store. So it was only $1 for this big pack, and it's got different sizes and different colors of monster eyes that are googly eyes, and I thought they were really cool and would be really fun for a shaker card. So I'm going to be using a few different stamp sets and dies from Stampin' Up. First of all, I'm using Jar of Love, and I'm using the large jar and the lid and the dies that go with them. From the holiday catalog from the Cauldron Bubble set, I'm going to be using the little frog and the die that goes with him, and also the Happy Halloween words. So from the Toil and Trouble cardstock pack, I'm using purple and black. So I used purple for my cardstock base, just cut an 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock and scored and folded it in half. Then you're gonna need some black for the spider web that is also from the Cauldron Framelits dies. The pattern paper is from the Toil and Trouble pattern paper. This has ghosts on the back and a really great purple stripe on the front. Then 2 pieces of white, one for the base and then one just for the lid and the frog. And one of them needs to be cut to 3 1/4 by 2 1/4. And then one more piece of black at 3 1/2 by 2 1/2 to go behind the white. And then also just a small piece of window sheet that's about 3 by 2. So I'm going to start off by taking my black memento ink and inking up the jar. This is the largest jar from the Jar of Love set. And I'm going to center that in the middle of my white piece of cardstock. And now also with the black memento, I'm going to take the little frog and stamp him on my second piece of white. And now I'm going to take some Highland Heather and I'm going to stamp the jar lid. So also on that little scrap piece of white, I've got the jar lid stamped. So I wanted to add a little bit more of a realistic look to the jar. So I'm using the light Pool Party Blue Stampin' Blends marker, and I'm just going around the inside edge of the jar, and it'll add just a little bit more of a glass look to it. And now I want to add a little color to my frog. So I'm using the light Old Olive, and I'm coloring in his body. I'm avoiding his belly and his eyes and coloring that in with green. And then with dark daffodil, I'm going to color in his belly, his eyes, and then I want to give him some little spots to kind of turn him into a toad. So I'm just going to touch the tip of that marker over top of the green and give him a couple of little spots here and there. I hope you can see that on camera. It just adds a little bit more texture to him. And now I'm ready to do some die cutting. So I'm going to be using some repositionable tape, and I'm going to tape down my spider web onto one of the small pieces of black cardstock, and then line up the jar lid and the little toad and tape those into place. And then on the inside of my jar, I'm going to line up the top edge of this die right along the bottom lip there of the jar, and I'm going to center that and tape it into place. And now that I have all my dies taped down, I'm going to run everything through my Big Shot machine. So I've run all my pieces through the die cut machine. And now I've got that nice opening in the jar. I'm going to take my little piece of window plastic. I'm going to turn my jar face down. And I'm going to use just some regular Scotch tape to tape the plastic down. And my tape is kind of wide, so I'm just tearing it into thinner strips just so that I've got enough so that the width is right. So hopefully you can see that I've just run a little bit of tape around there so that I can tape, so I've taped my window plastic down. And now I'm going to use some foam tape and run it along the edges on the back side. Again, this is wide, too wide for my base. So I'm going to be cutting my strips in half, just kind of measure about how much I need, and then take my scissors and then just cut them right down the middle. And because these googly eyes are so thick, I'm going to use both of these layers. So I'm just going to lay one piece of foam tape down that I've cut in half, peel off the backing paper, and then line the other half on top. And now I'm going to go all the way around the base of my jar. So I've now put 2 layers of foam tape all the way around the back side of my jar. I'm going to bring over some of the googly eyes and place them down on my black piece of cardstock. And I want to kind of smush them in together towards the center. And now I'm going to peel the backing tape off of my foam tape. So with the backing off, I'm going to line up that white on the black. And if any of your eyeballs are kind of sticking out from the side, you can kind of stick your finger in and push them all in so that they're trapped inside. So now got our googly eyes trapped inside. And now to the back of the jar lid in the frog, I'm going to add just some foam square dots. I'm going to remove the backing paper and line that jar lid over top like that. And then I'm going to put my little frog down in the left-hand corner. Just thought he added a nice little touch there. I'm going to pull over my pattern paper and I'm going to use a glue pen on the back of my spider web because it's so thin and delicate. I just want to add just a small amount of glue with that glue pen, and then I'm going to line it up in the corner of my pattern paper in the upper left hand corner. And I'm going to bring back over my black memento ink and stamp out the Happy Halloween words up on the right hand side. And now I just want to adhere my pattern paper onto my cardstock base with some tape runner. And I'm going to center that on. And then also with the tape runner, I'm going to adhere my little shaker piece. Put that down on the right hand corner. And here is our fun Halloween monster googly eye jar. I just thought that these were so much fun. I was really happy to find them at the dollar store, and I think there's a lot of different projects that you could use Halloween wise with these, and I thought it went perfect with the little jar. So I hope you enjoyed this card tutorial. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and check out my channel. I have lots of other card tutorials and product reviews, and I hope that you have a very happy Halloween. This is Heather. Bye.